What's going on, you guys? My name is Rage and we are finally back now in the final section of Dark Dimension 4. I'm very excited to show you guys the characters that I'm bringing up, as well as their abilities and how far I've leveled them up. So starting off here, Ebony Maw has been here full circle with me since Dark Dimension 3 and I've utilized him heavily. Unfortunately with him losing usage in the game, but you know what, I've already kind of invested him in the beginning, so it's just nice that I can still utilize those resources I've already put in. But you can see here, the only ability I don't have T4, this is basic. I just didn't feel like it was necessary, but I got super lucky with the 6 red and he's almost maxed out on everything, so I'm just very glad I'm bringing him on board. His sustainability, his healing, his defense up is going to be very much appreciated. Doing damage, taking away positive buffs away from the enemies, as well as doing immense scaling the damage in terms of their health pool. It's going to be Phoenix here. You bet we're going to fully take advantage of Dark Phoenix when she's resurrected. She does immense damage for our team, and we're going to definitely utilize that to the utmost. And you can see here, similar to Ebony Maw, the basic on her is really the only thing I haven't upgraded as well. I just leveled her up to the level 4 ISO 8 just to conserve resources. I don't feel like the level 5 makes that much of a difference, especially on Phoenix where, you know, once she goes into Dark Phoenix mode, the ISO 8s don't even really apply to her. Next, to synergize with these two, actually providing a little bit of support and synergy, it is going to be Jubilee here. And with Jubilee, it's nice with her because she has a stun. Even her basic has that opportunity to actually apply blind. So although it's not guaranteed, we still have a really good chance, a 70% chance, as you can see. So that to me is better than not. And being able to kind of prevent the enemy from taking their turn is going to be much appreciated. And we also got a nice stun that can also reduce the turn meter. Where Jubilee is going to add a lot of value is going to be on her special here, where on the kill, she's actually able to spread 3 negative conditions and actually spread that out to other enemies. So you bet we're going to take full advantage of that. Unfortunately, it doesn't spread the stun, but you know what? So as long as it's like a blind or maybe it's a slow, we could definitely fully utilize that for sure. And then last but not least, as talked about in my preparation video, it is going to be Dr. Octopus. I like Dr. Octopus because he can provide additional support. With Dr. Octopus, he can summon a shocker to actually soak away and take away damage. He's also going to prevent enemies from actually being able to apply offense down against us. Not that it matters too much in Dark Dimension 4, but just having that resistance is very nice. I didn't T4 this ability because you can see he gains a lot of value in war, and to be honest, my Sinister 6 team isn't actually really built up right now, so that's the reason there. That being said, you guys, that is the 4 characters I'm planning to bring in now into the Legendary Notes. Let's dive right into the gameplay. Now, placement-wise, I did actually separate Jubilee by herself just because she is the weakest one and she's very squishy. Ebony Maw and Phoenix are very powerful, and then Dr. Octopus is definitely tankier than her, so that's why I have that placement there. That being said, you guys, I also want to give a shout out to Dutch Rudder's Dark Dimension 4 guide, which I will be referencing. It's in the link description below just for reference, but you know, it really helps navigate in terms of which enemies we're going to expect when the next wave drops, so definitely would recommend if you guys haven't checked it out. So starting off here with this wave, you guys, you know, the good news is we can actually clear the whole wave before the next wave spawns. And the key to target to aim for in the beginning is going to be Lieutenant, just because he's got a lot of speed up that he can provide for his team. So I summoned there a shocker to kind of help shoulder some damage thanks to Dr. Octopus. And we go ahead and we'll let them have their turn to begin with here, but we're going to resume attacking Lieutenant, as he is going to be the first one to target, and he is also the same enemy that I would recommend actually stunning first from the beginning, just because if you're able to do that, hopefully ideally he wouldn't be able to use his ability to actually provide a speed up and offense up for his team. Now with this team specifically, the beautiful combination that you can ideally do is actually provide a stun and then extend it with Dr. Octopus. Unfortunately, it didn't work for me, as you can see here, as Lieutenant already got out of his stun, but that's okay. But just keep that in mind going forward into this wave when you see there's an opportunity to actually synergize with this team like that. And another nice thing about having Jubilee, besides her stun again, is that blind, right? Dr. Octopus is a problem target on this team, just due to the fact that he has some good AoE damage. And you can see that with my blind there, we dodged the bullet from him using that ability on us. But just try to continually focus down on Lieutenant, save Ebony Maw's ultimate to actually heal everyone at the right time, especially when his ultimate scales extremely well in Dark Dimension. I saw that Phoenix was going down, so it wasn't a big issue, just due to the fact that I knew that Dark Phoenix was going to come on board to help us. So I'd much rather her go down, so that way Dark Phoenix can provide some much needed damage on our team. Now, as you can see, this is a great example of what I was just saying, the fact that Ebony Maw's ultimate can actually heal all of us up. And now, officially with Lieutenant down, the next target I would recommend, and consistent with Dutch Rudder's guide, is actually Electro, but just keep in mind, we always want to keep blinding who we can. So you can see me using Jubilee to blind Swarm. The two targets would be Swarm and Dr. Octopus because they can do a lot of damage. Nobles don't really do much damage, but after the tenant's down, focus on Electro and then cleaning up the rest before the Nobles ending up the wave here. Now with both Noble as well as the Electro down, really this is where I would start taking my time instead of building up energy. Unless you need to, try not to use your abilities because you want to save all your abilities for the next wave here, especially with it consisting of a Cyclops and Beast combination as well as Baron Zemo. So we need our stuns, we need our defense, so really try to focus in and just take your time and try to see if you can just blind whoever you can. As you can see, Swarm actually did end up being the last enemy for me, so just really I took my time with it. As you can see, when it came to him, start basic attacking and really save up your energy. And as you can see with this wave, Hydra, the Grenadier, is the one that's going to actually be able to repeat his special. Beast has the opportunity to use special and ultimate. And then again, I mentioned earlier the Cyclops, Beast, and Baron Zemo, because in this wave, unlike the first wave, we can actually only take down 3 enemies before the next wave spawns. So for that reason, I highly recommend targeting Cyclops, Beast, as well as Baron Zemo, just due to the fact that they have synergies together. Baron Zemo is squishy but also has really good capability, so you can see that double stun extension there thanks to Dr. Octopus comboing with Jubilee, and now we can actually resume our damage and focus now once that's set up. And if possible, as you can see, I do use Jubilee to just try to attack any enemies that have a turn coming up, including Baron Zemo. He's definitely the high priority one just because he's one of the 3 that we also want to take down before the next wave spawns. That being said here, Baron Zemo does end up actually being the first one that goes down for me. This is then followed by Cyclops, and as you can see, I did a really good job just trying to like reduce their health all as low as possible, because once the next wave spawns, we are able to clear the full wave before the last and final wave. So that's why I did that. You know, the mentality was having Beast, Grenadier, and Colossus already being in a really weakened state, so this new wave cluster doesn't impact us whatsoever. And at this point with these 4 here, not an issue. Just take your time with this, because keep in mind the last wave here is can only be actually 6 enemies, so you shouldn't have issues now at this point because there's not really any damage dealers. So we'll just focus slowly on cleaning this up. And at this point, when it comes down to the last 2 or 1, just start saving up energy. Try not to use too much abilities. Just preparing for that final wave, of course. And as you can see, this does bring out another Zemo, a Merc Lieutenant similar to Wave 1, another Cyclops, Colossus, a Dr. Octopus, and a Kree Noble. And similar to Wave 1, what we really want to do is wait till Jubilee's turn if you have her in your team, and just to focus on that stun on Merc Lieutenant, because what we want to ideally do is create a double stun by using Dr. Octopus to extend that stun that's placed on Merc Lieutenant, and that way they're not going to gain the speed up. You know, Baron Zemo does do a lot of damage, but it's only 6 enemies so far. It's a lot better than the other waves we've already faced, so that's the good news. And we can also fully utilize Phoenix's damage, because keep in mind, now that Dark Phoenix is activated, obviously she will no longer be able to revive in the next node, so that won't matter. Just use her abilities to the utmost. And then once Merc Lieutenant actually goes down, the next enemy I would actually focus on taking down is going to be Baron Zemo. Now, this is a great example of how to actually let your guard down, because me thinking that this wave was going to be over with 5 characters, it goes all wrong very quickly. As you can see here, my Ebony Maw is already down. Dr. Octopus once again finishes another of my allies, and then as you can see there with the little screen freeze accidental there, basically my entire team has gone down with the exception of Phoenix, and really resulting in my first defeat here. So we just get back right to it here with the second attempt for this node. And as you can see, at least the good news now, there's only 4 of them left, and really the damage dealers is only Cyclops and Dr. Octopus. Now, my recommendation here would be to actually stun Dr. Octopus, so that way you can focus on Cyclops, as he is squishier. And fortunately with Cyclops, he is really squishy, so that's awesome. You can see Dr. Octopus is still stunned from our original Jubilee stun, so I mean, really good here. At this point, when it's down to these 3, pretty smooth sailing. I would just try to clean up who you can, whether it be Dr. Octopus or Noble. Colossus is tanky, but he doesn't do a lot of damage, which is good. You would like to ideally leave him to be the last character. However, just based on how my damage was getting chain attacked, and you can see here, Colossus just ended up actually being the weaker one to take down. So then you have Dr. Octopus here being the very last. So if this is the game plan that you guys follow as well, by all means, go ahead. I had no issues, but just keep in mind that Dr. Octopus, the really annoying thing about him is he can actually summon the shocker that you got to deal with, and he also has a lot of regenerate, as you can see there. And again, if possible, definitely try to save the abilities as much as you can, especially if you have the blind with Jubilee finishing him off. He hopefully wouldn't do any damage, but he is tankier, so might take a little bit more time depending if he has the shockers, right? So that being said, you guys, that is the completion now of node 13 for the legendary nodes here. And then as you can see, 2 attacks, and fully completing this node now for mission 13 in the legendary nodes. And as per usual, you guys, I do like showing you my achievement records here so you can kind of see days logged in, because I did start Dark Dimension 4 at 516 and now it is 556. So a little bit over 40 days, but you know, I'm gonna keep it going, you guys. Thank you as always, and I'll see you in the next one.